You're an interviewer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. We'll be walking over there. All right.
Was the flight in good?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this interview work for?
A couple years. It's been hard to do it since the recent happening.
Yeah.
This is our floor. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Thank you for agreeing to this interview, Monsieur Renard.
I don't care much for the living, but I don't mind telling the dead what they already know.
Your name has been etched into history alongside your brothers, yet you never returned to France.
What was there left to return to? Bureaucrats, armchair generals, men who will never know what it means to fight in the dark?
You mean Paris? The underground campaign?
Everyone says their war was the hardest. The jungles, the mountains, the cities. Try the underneath one. Paris was built atop its dead. The tunnels ran deep, quarries, bunkers, the catacombs. 250,000 people sought refuge there. None of them survived. The air stank with sewage and death. We almost had no proper night vision. We had no gas masks. The battery for our torches ran out fast. Sometimes, the only way to find your men were the crackle of the old radio lines we laid out as we went.
It sounds impossible.
You don't know impossible until you hear your men screaming for help through tunnels you can't find. And only find blood and bones when you arrive. We fought hand to hand, close enough to smell their rot. Firearms, too dangerous. One stray spark and the tunnels became a furnace, so we used blades. Or this. My own design. Punch, twist, kill. Quick and clean.
It says here that your brother, Emile, led the final stand. Is that true?
Yes, Emile. He won the squad. They could have sealed the tunnels, but they chose to stand their ground. His last words over the radio was, "On ne passez pas." They shall not pass. 15,000 of us gone. And for what? Pride? Politics? Heroes? Tell me, journalist, do you still believe in heroes?
Was it an interview? Yes. Check him out.
I was born around post-apartheid Africa. Around that time, it was one man, one vote. But at a young age, my father decided that it'd be best to move to this new city, expecting joy, new jobs, bigger city. When in reality, all we got was just a grinding, hopeless dead end to our life.
So, tell me about the night it happened.
I felt it before I heard it. Gunshots. This wasn't unusual in my neighborhood, but in that time it was one gun, one kill. So instinctively, I crouched behind a car and waited for the sound to see what it was.
For the interview?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Thank you for meeting me, Mrs. Donald. So we're just gonna do a little interview, so you can, tell me about what happened.
Thank you for having me. People need to know what happened. It was before the panic, before Cape Town. We were running a small drug operation.
Do you remember where?
It's Kyrgyzstan, I think. We were just working with small drugs and thugs. Nothing crazy.
And what did you find?
Just a cave, but a blood trail that's there. There are no bodies, just bits, rotting, torn bits, bloody shreds. But no one takes down a drug caravan and doesn't take the guns or the gear or the drugs. It was all there. Everything.
So you tracked someone?
Yeah, a man. But the trail was odd. He was dragging his foot, but also limping. And there was something, he was oozing something black and thick. But it wasn't blood. It was something else. He was something else. He was, I don't know.
Take a moment.
They were all something else. Not human, something else entirely. They all are. I mean, inside it was total chaos. There was bodies everywhere, bits of flesh, unidentified limbs. I found a head with someone else's finger inside of it. How does that even happen? I don't know.
Do you know what caused it?
I mean, we assumed it was because it was an infirmary. There was bloody beds everywhere. There was medication. There was rotting.
So, what did your command say?
Chemical exposure, PTSD. You can't resist your own side. They didn't believe me, but I know what I saw. It was real. I thought I was ready for anything, you know? Who could be ready for that? No one.